Well, hey everybody, here we are. Good to see you. Good to have you. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hey Noah, welcome. Good to have you, my man. We'll have to talk about the alcohol markers a little bit tonight since I just started trying those out as well. Yeah, what do you got going on tonight? Well, we're gonna start some cruising, some painting tonight. I'm pretty excited. Um, we're gonna start with some glazing tonight. Get some alizarin crimson. Right on. Right on, Noah. Glad you're just hanging out. We're going to start with... I've already oiled out the surface. Pardon me. Just with a walnut alkyd. And so it's primed, it's kind of ready. It's ready to receive paint. It's ready to receive the oils. And now we can get cooking. And so what I can start to do here is take a little bit of this alizarin crimson. And we're going to start to work in just a little bit of red hue into this background a little bit. And that's just to kind of help with the overall glowiness of this. I wanted to have just a little bit more of a glow. And in order to do that, we need the foundation to be just a little bit more red. And what's nice about this is I can just kind of take as little as I want, load my brush up just a little bit, and kind of start working it in. And then what we'll do after that is that we'll paint opaquely over it. So this is pretty light, and that's one of the beautiful things, absolute beautiful things about oil painting, is how we're able to come in pretty lightly with some colors here. Just kind of touching the surface and getting a little bit of the red going. And hey, Kent is here. Hey, Kent, how are you today? Nice to have you. Yeah, Thanksgiving was great. We had kind of some unexpected changes to plans, and so we kind of had to just roll with Thanksgiving this year. But that is how it goes, you know. So one of the ways that we get a lot of color and a lot of luminance and vibrance in oils is just to layer and layer and layer. And so, you know, as I'm putting stuff down here, it may not even seem like, gosh, there's anything even going down. I mean, there's a little bit of red there. Here, I'll kind of work it in so that you can see kind of what it would be like to have that red worked in. That's a little bit too much. So what I can do is I can work that out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, what'd you guys end up doing? Like, what was I'm gonna take a little bit of my cadmium yellow, and I'm gonna start to kind of work it into that yellow, work it into that red a bit. Notice there's quite a bit of like almost a brown tint, a brown hue that I'm going to try to push out a little bit in more favor of just a straight kind of reds. Just adding more and more red to this mixture. Now at this point, I'm not really needing to add much for any sort of yellow. I mean, sorry, any sort of oil to the paint because I've already oiled out the surface. And so there's already quite a bit of oil on the surface already. And excuse me. There was a lot of kind of greens and things like that in this right behind her. And so I'm trying to push some of those out a little bit in favor of the red. Now, if almost with any color, if you get it thin enough, you can glaze with it, but the snowflakes are adding a little bit of fantasy feel. That's great. Christina, be happy with the size of the brush I'm using. Does that make you happy for this area? So Kent, what did you guys end up doing for your Thanksgiving? Kent went away with his in-laws to the beach in Galveston a few days ago, and then on the way home had dinner. More family. Right on. So you kind of did a little bit of a loop-de-loop. Right now I'm just kind of pushing these colors to be just a little bit warmer in the background here. Kind of shifting them over towards the warm side of things. And then moving out. I'm not terribly happy with how this is all being rendered right, especially kind of right in here. I'm not terribly. So I had an interesting little tool the other day. I know it says the oil glazing process adds really neat feel. It really does. So the plan and the goal here today is to actually go ahead and get this piece final glaze today, and move on to other things. So we will see how it ends up going. And Kent says he's using, he's downloading Photoshop brushes. Kind of, so tell me a little bit what you got going on, what's happening. What kind of brushes have you been using? Wow. Off to a kind of a rough start here. All's forgiven. I like to use these little guys, little paint erasers. So I can come in and just nab kind of more of a specific area. Oh, I've not seen those before. What are you talking about, Noah? Those of you who have not done so, make sure to sign up for my Christmas giveaway. Just giving away prints, stickers, framed prints, matted prints. Make sure to do that. Just head over to my website, nicholasjackson.art, and get signed up for free. Yeah, the little erasers are really, really great. I just discovered them. I don't like how bright this area is right here. I'm going to knock it back a little bit. So to do that, I'm just taking a little bit of blue. And just kind of glazing right over it. It feels like it was a little bit too bright. I want, around her face. I mean, obviously we have the light and everything around her, but ultimately we want her face to be the one lit up. So we can just glaze some darker colors in there and good to go. So we're not going to labor on this painting a lot. This painting actually represents a tremendous how do I say this? A tremendous test. In application and trying something new with acrylics and everything. And so I'd like to be able to get down my paintings down to just 4 sessions if I can. Initial drawing, acrylics, and then glazing of oil, and then 2 sessions of glazing of oils. That's what I'd like to be able to do. What I'm doing here is I'm trying just to kind of brighten this patch of grass up that's just kind of right around her. Oh, just adding a little bit of texture in there. So this will be the 4th session total. And I used to have a pair of tweezers around here, but I don't know where they went. I'm going to try to get this hair. Without disturbing too much. That went pretty well. And Leah's here. Hi, Nicholas. This painting's looking awesome. I have a 15-year-old daughter who is very artistically gifted and has done some amazing digital anime work. What future career advice would you offer her? Oh, that's great. Well, first of all, thank you. Appreciate it. I love and I'm very interested in helping out the next generation of artists. I've taken on quite a few different mentorships over the years, one-on-one, and I've really enjoyed that. And so I myself care a lot about that. I want to invest in ways that I've been invested in, or I wish that I would have been invested in, if that makes any sense. And so far as ideas for career advice you would have, you know, really kind of depends on what avenue of she likes anime. You know, if she wants to work in, let's say, like the film industry, or if she wants to do children's books. But there's going to be different advice based upon what she's going to do. However, there's some things that do cross over kind of no matter what. And those things are honing your craft, and most of the students that I've worked with, at least one-on-one, really liked anime. And I think it's hard to ask someone who likes that to draw something else. But I think one of the things that's really important as an artist is expanding your library in your head of what you can do. And like, so if I need to draw a lamp, how many lamps have I drawn? Is this gonna be my first time drawing a lamp? I'm being asked to draw a lamp, you know. And so as mundane as a lamp is, it also represents, you know, the world around us, and building that catalog up of things that you can draw, and things that you know, make sense in the real world. And so, and the best way to like get that catalog really going is to draw it in a fairly, how can I say this, in a fairly realistic manner. and not so stylized. So one of the things that young artists, and I was in the same boat when I was a young warthog, is that trying to like figure out your style and get that really nailed when you're young, starting out. But and while that's great and it's fun to get your style and figure out kind of what you like, and it's more important to actually to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to learn the fundamentals. I'm going to get, so we're talking about color theory, form, gesture, proportions, and anatomy. And so we start to kind of get those things kind of more situated. It's amazing kind of what can happen to yourself as an artist as you grow in those areas. And so that would be my thing. Get lots of books. Study other artists. Study artists outside of the anime world. Study artists within inside of the anime world. And just soak up that knowledge of... Just be a sponge. Soak it all up. Leah, does that kind of answer your question, or do you have something kind of more specific in mind? Yeah. Drawing things that you don't know how to draw well can be really devastating, especially in the anime world where you're used to drawing things a certain way, and suddenly having to be asked to do it a different way can just be like, yeah, it can be really, really scary. So, saying, I'm going to take this seriously and start getting a mental library built up of things to draw all around me. I like to draw from life too, so I started drawing kind of late. I was late to the game, and so I would go down to the pub actually and draw people at the pub. Probably really creeped them out big time. But it was so good, just to draw people from life. Yep, Leah, that's absolutely it. Go back, learn the fundamentals, and out of that comes your own style. If you're just copying people, then it can get really tough. But to actually, so here's an example specifically with anime. And I'm not picking on anime. I'm just saying that I'm saying this because most of my students have dealt with this. But so with an anime, it comes from an animation style where the face, they'd be talking, and instead of having to animate the jaw going up and down and the whole face changing, they just moved the mouth over here and had it going, and everything else would stay the same, and they just had to animate the mouth. And so the mouth would be kind of over here, and it was a very practical way to move through stories. It was a story-driven decision to do that. Well, now that's the style that we like, but if you're always drawing your mouth over there and you don't know how to draw it, if it's ever crossing the plane of a profile, then you're not learning the foundation. So it says I myself started an art degree this year and have been benefited so much for it. That's fantastic, awesome, congratulations. What are you hoping to get out of it? How are you hoping to grow? So I do have a confession. and that is that I have made monster cookies today. Actually, I just finished making monster cookies, and they're hot, and I just ate like part of one, and the other one's sitting right here, and I'm really distracted by it. It's way too bright. You're hoping to teach? Oh, fun. Okay. So you're gonna go all the way to the master's level then? Is that kind of what you're hoping to do? Or? I'm doing now is adding a little bit of blue in places. And all this is doing is adding just a little bit of variance in color. The blue is very green. It's got a lot of yellow in it, but it says I'm finding and changing styles. I've been finding changing styles for a while, but I think I'm going to go for mostly realistic. Okay. Right on. What kind of tell us a little bit about how you arrived there. No. How'd you arrive at realism? How'd you get into art? That's a great yeah, it's a great question. I kind of went about it a kind of a backward way. Kind of where I grew up, art wasn't encouraged for boys. My parents always encouraged me with whatever I wanted to do, but as kind of more of a society or a small community, it wasn't. And so I showed a little bit of interest in grade school, but then was quickly kind of not directly, but steered to other things, sciences, things like that. So I went through all the way through about halfway through a computer science degree before I realized that this wasn't the way for me. So I switched over and started doing graphic design, and then finally made my way over to the art department. So I actually have only been drawing, I've only been painting really in any sort of seriousness since about 2006. And so I've been painting about, and then I got pretty serious about it in 2009, and did it for a few years until 2017, where I had to take a break. And I'll be right back. Hold on, everybody.
Happy Christmas, everybody. We are excited to be giving away this Christmas art basket for anybody who wants to sign up to win. Included in the basket is a bundle of our Happy Christmas cards, and it even comes with some envelopes. These little cute Santa stickers to put on your Trapper Keeper, your very own Happy Christmas bookmark, and some postcards to send to people that you tolerate, Elves Building Toys print, it's matted, an 11 by 14 reading adventure print, and a framed Peter Pan piece ready to be put on the wall. You should probably give this to your mom. To win this gift basket, simply sign up at the link below. Happy Christmas.
All right, I'm back. And then so I painted digitally. I did children's books for a number of years. And eventually found my way back to doing fine art. Especially after the injury, I needed to do a little bit of some other things. And I think it's always important to have people who can encourage you along the way. And I did. And so I was able to, continue on. Takes a lot of courage to change your path. Well done, and thanks for the advice. Absolutely. Well, I really hope that your journey into teaching and everything goes well. It's an exciting and it's a daunting, also a very daunting task. All those you didn't get a chance to get. Oh, by the way, just so you saw in the video there, if you haven't had a chance to register for the video yet, register for the giveaway, and get your hands on that art basket with prints and Christmas cards and stickers and all sorts of stuff in it for free, make sure to head over and get that going now. That's over at nicholasjackson.art. Well, since I've been drawing for a long time, I just started taking it more seriously a couple years ago, and at the first, like more cartoon, but I've slowly gotten more realistic. But I do the eyes slightly bigger than real life. Okay. For sure. Now, the other advice I'd have actually, as Noah just reminded, is to hop into our Discord. We're kind of working together to help it encourage each other. And there's a place to share your art, which I think is a really important step in artistry. Where you step out, you can be like, well, I'm gonna let people see what I'm working on. It's out there. And so for your daughter who's young, I would have her come in and show us what she's doing. You're all the way in Australia. Oh, fun. Oh, my goodness. It's so fun to have people from other parts like that. Awesome. Yes, you would get it for next year. For sure. What, could I ask you what part of Australia you're in? Got some people from all over. It's really, really fun. I mean, we've got people, Turkey, New Zealand, Australia, um, South Africa. Just never knew who you're gonna run into in this chat. Adelaide, South Australia. Okay, fantastic. Well, like I said, it's really nice to have you here. That's crazy. There are people from as far away as Australia, where I'm in northern Minnesota, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm pretty honored to have such an amazing group of people tune into this. Yeah, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and put it where you're at in the chat, because that would be really fun to just get the crosscut. We do have a lot of people who watch this in replay as well. Simply due to timings, there's a lot of people who are asleep right now. or it's just crazy, crazy hours. Crazy early, you know. Yan says, I'm not sure how to read that, but that's where he's from. Thanks for sharing. And I apologize that I do not speak another language. Yeah, it's great to have you, Yan. How long have you been following the channel, the broadcast? Put it in perspective, we'll occasionally see your Paul and Babe work cards in public. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Especially around town. We have those of you who are not from Minnesota here. We have a local folklore that is popular in these parts. Paul Bunyan. And he's known chopping down trees, actually. And I've done my fair share of illustrations of him for commissions. And also for fun, too. With Babe the Blue, yes, absolutely. That is right. Kent, do you have another Mandalorian piece you're starting to work on? You guys, make sure to check out the Discord. Kent has a really nice watercolor of Mandalorian piece in there. It's really lovely. Make sure to check it out. Discord links are in the description. I've just been busy getting ready for the holidays. I'm planning on I want to be more original this time, though. Okay, you want a more original piece? Well, I hope it comes up. I hope it's. I look forward to seeing what you come up. What you're gonna come up with. Because of the oiling out process, I really haven't had to do much for using medium right now. Oh, and Leah, there's also, I have a YouTube channel where I talk about just being an artist life and things like that too. And so that might interest you or your daughter as well. Hello, welcome. Not sure how to pronounce that. Nikita is here. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, this is great. So, hey, we were just talking about mentees a little bit ago, and here Nikita, who's one of my mentees, just shows up in the chat. That's fantastic. Awesome to have you here. Yeah, he's one of my mentees back in the day. Ah, it's great to reconnect with you, man. You know what you should do? I'd love to see what you're working on. You should hop down. There's a link to our Discord server in the chat. Hop in there and post your work, man. I'd love to see what you got happening. I mean, I know you got your Instagram and everything, but you should definitely share with everybody what you have going on. Gosh, how long ago was that now, Nikita? Did we work together? Don't like what happened right in that little spot, so I'm just kind of working back into it. Yeah, man, it'd be great. Dude, it's great to see you. Well, tell me, give us a little bit of an update. You know what? I haven't. I actually wouldn't be able to at this point to do any beams of light. I'd actually have to do that as a separate layer if I wanted to do any beams of light coming through. Just because of kind of where we're at in the process, but that would be really cool. The summer before we were 9th grade, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Man, that was really fun. They kind of changed the way that the mentorship program works, and so I actually haven't had too many mentees recently. Actually, I haven't had any, I should say. We need to come back here and get colors going in regards to what we got happening here. Let's get some. So sometimes you have to make some choices about, you know, are you going to mix on the palette? Are you going to mix on the canvas and on the board here? And that's a really important one. Yeah, you know, the mentorship program is where it's a one-on-one. Internship program is just a one-on-one with me, and we typically with students, but we could be of any, you know, of any age. So an artist student of any age, and we take a look at your work, where you're at, where you want to go, and next steps. And we work together on pieces. I give critiques, we give direction. We work together, and it's a really kind of a fun way to have somebody who's batting for you, who's on your side, and is wanting to help you with your next step. So if you're ever interested in that, like some one-on-one coaching or mentoring, let me know. Happy to do that. Nikita says, I'm working on a brand of mine in the works. We're going getting an internship at Page One Comics. That's so awesome. As we're now doing art commissions, selling wrap, art prints, and originals, working on my style and portfolio. Fantastic, Nikita. Oh, that's great. I'm super proud of you. Well done. Well done. So have you already got that internship, or are you just kind of hoping to get it? Oh boy. Yeah, boy. Right now I'm just using this kind of a paint eraser, they call it. And it's just kind of a rubber, a hard rubber. I don't know, maybe I can show it to this camera. I don't know if it will be able to, if it'll be able to focus on that. Nah, it's not gonna be able to focus on that. Not this camera. Not my gear. And what it does is that I can just, as I'm painting, I just scrape the paint right off. So we're not gonna keep anything too crazy here today. Just a couple small little areas I need to be fixed. I'm just gonna bring a different brush in for this. Just on the Elven's maiden's face. She's hoping, Nikita says, working as hard as I can. I'm working on my first comic page currently, and I'm still living with art. Doing DoorDash on the side, mainly being an illustrator. Want to work in comics. Oh, that is so fantastic. So is most of your just commissions work? Do you have any books? Do you have anything going on like that? No, it says, have you tried the alcohol marker as you were talking about in the Discord? Just a little bit. Actually, there's a little bit in this painting. A tiny bit. Of the alcohol markers. Actually on her eyebrows here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you can see here while I'm working on her. Yeah, I actually did a little bit of the alcohol markers just to try them out on this piece, and it was really fun. Alcohol markers are like crazy, but what I've been trying to find out for myself is just getting some line work, better established. And so I just tried to use a little bit of that line, because remember, this is an acrylic with oil painted over it, and so you can just kind of go in layers and layers and layers. Mainly art commissions, original art and prints. Cool. And so how are you getting them? How are you finding the work and kind of all that? Man, I had a really fun time making this piece. This piece has been an absolute blast. Try something really, really quick here. Maybe stupid. Never be afraid to try something totally stupid. Okay, we're holding the breath here right now because this is really fine work. I can barely hold my breath. I was even holding my breath as I was mixing paint. The question is, in your opinion, what should I make next? An elf librarian or a goblin brute? I'm really not sure which one to make. Oh, man, both of those are really, really good. Do you have much for evil creatures? Because a goblin's always fun to draw. But an elf librarian is really good too. I would say let's go with the goblin brute. That'd be my vote. Graves is mainly Snapchat, but I used to use Facebook. I'm working on doing Instagram next, especially starting my art business in the winter. Cool. So are you just like posting your work out on Snapchat? Do you send it to your friends? How does it get out on Snapchat? I love talking about this stuff. It's great. It's really helpful for those of us who are for everybody who's interested in getting their work out there too. Got lost for a while, a little bit. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you found, got back on track. Snapchat is... Talk us through that a little bit. That's really good, Nikita. How has that been? Like, just you talking just kind of one-on-one? Oh, snapshot. To get more work, I have someone willing to put my username on their story so people can add and ask me if they want a commission, and I repeat the same thing. I'm not quite sure I'm following that. So you get more work is to have someone willing to put your username on their story. Sure. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with that. That's really cool. And part of me wants to have the chance to come back and finish this piece. Yeah, Snapchat is great for people to see what you do on a daily basis to know where you are. Oh, that's really cool. So are you sending out to specific people? Mostly friends? I'll join groups that sell. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, like here selling my artwork kind of thing. That's cool. No, as an interesting side art story from me is that I naturally draw small, as in the ranger I put on Discord. His head is the size of a quarter. Oh yeah, how'd you get drawings like that? I mean, this is, you know, this is this size here. Nikita, that's awesome. I'm really glad that you're getting success with commissions that way. That's so fun. You know, just got to work hard, get your word out there, get your name out there for sure. That's what we're, really trying to figure out what the best way to do to get in front of people who want to or can buy the artwork. I think that's kind of the people who are interested in my work but also can afford to buy it. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of walnut oil. Yeah, I'd be really interested to learn what you've learned, Nikita, about getting your work out on there on those particular platforms. That's awesome. I'm super proud of you. Well done. Yeah, that's cool. I've never thought about using Snapchat as a way to get my work out there. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to even start there, Nikita. That's crazy. I'm glad that that's been working for you. I know it says I'm trying to stop doing them so small, but doing landscape painting by doing landscape painting, it's doing more background detail. Yeah, I think that's a good idea to break out of doing stuff too small. I think I started doing some paintings a little bit bigger of late, and it has helped. Oops. Oh. And then Nikita says, mainly for my big goals in the future to work for marketing my work is Snapchat, Instagram, and live streaming for main choices. Got lots more research as it never ends. Awesome. That's great. I'm really excited to hear what you've learned. Please share what you're learning, Nikita, somewhere, so we can hear it. I'd love to hear what's been working for you. In more detail. So those of you who have not signed up yet, make sure to get over to the link on my website for the gift basket giveaway. NicholasJackson.art. I'm giving away a bunch of prints and stickers and postcards and stuff of my work. Anybody who's signing up, make sure to sign up for that. Snapchat is slow at first, but it picks up quickly. Eventually, I'm going to soon sell on Instagram, but that's where I really want to sell. Don't want to rush and mess up. Make sure I'm professional. Sure. And you've been doing Instagram for a while too, and that's the thing. See, I just haven't. I haven't been posting there very long, and it's hard. No, so some of the stuff I've done when I step back, I said to myself, my hands did that. Yeah, I think you know what you could do is try to plan ahead as much as you can in regards to your sketch. You know, when you have your sketch done and you're looking at it and be like, is this the right freaking size? You know. Did not want to do that. Shoot. I had it where I wanted it, and then I made a little mess of boo-boo. So right here, I've got here is just a kind of a brush that I'll use for blending. There's not really anything on it. But I can kind of just move the paint around a little bit. Ba-da-ba-da-bing. So, kind of cool news today. My wife Christina made this little thing. So I have a top part of my my easel that holds it down to the bottom, but it's so far down, and so she made this. You can see it's just a 2x4 that connects to it, and so then I can move that up. And this paintings, I'm not like looking down. If you remember my other painting, I was like looking down, and the other stream's trying to get it, and so she made that for me just even today. She's pretty brilliant that way. That's pretty awesome. Is there a restream bot saying stuff? I'm not seeing the restream bot. That's kind of crazy. The Restream bot doesn't show up on my chat. I'm not even sure what he's saying. What he's saying. All right, we're gonna move back a little bit here. Want to get a good kind of look at things here. When I first started this piece, it was never going to be a full painting. It was just going to be a character study, dunk, to see what I could do. I'm actually using Restream to stream to Twitch, Facebook. All right, there's the giveaway information right there. Boom. That's the basket. There it is. Head over to nicholasjackson.art to pick that up. Yeah, I'm on Restreams, going to Twitch, YouTube. I'm on Behance as well, which is really fun. LinkedIn, Twitter. Kind of the whole gamut here. Oh, hey, Neb's here. In the future, I would just display my art in public facilities. What do you mean by that? Tell us kind of more. What do you have in mind there, Neb? Like art fairs and conventions? Almost forgot I need to do... the arrow here. Let's do the arrow tip here. Neb says, I'm not really sure what I was just thinking of. I'm not really sure. I was just thinking of handling them. Restaurants or the buildings because I know of a food place around here that hang random pieces of the building. Okay, cool. Would it just be kind of on loan, hoping that you could sell it? Or are you trying to sell it to them so they'll hang it? Cool. Well, I had thought about maybe not doing any more work on this one. Part of me does want to just continue to layer it next time. All right, well, I'm going to be wrapping this piece up. So if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know here quickly. Because I am on my way out here with this piece. Fun to have met some new people here tonight and run into some old friends as well. It's really, really fun. I'm really, yeah, it's fun to just be part of this together with y'all. And I mean, as artists, we're in it together. And just remember that. We're not competing with each other. We're trying to encourage each other. It's a lot of art to be sold that goes around for sure. Nikita says, this was awesome. Should get to work on my art piece over tonight. I will definitely showcase my arts on the Discord. We spent time. Thanks for everything. It'll be any more of YouTube videos in the future. Awesome. Great to have you, Nikita. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Noah as well. Yeah, no, you have been here pretty much most of the way through. I did quite a bit of it off stream as I was doing some testing, but yeah. So just remember that you guys are you're loved, that you are important, and that you absolutely matter. And I'm really glad that you guys are all here. Yeah, have a great one, Ken. Thanks a lot. And I'll be streaming tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. as well. Probably doing a little bit of digital work there, but love to have you there on the stream as well. So much love to you all, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye.